go.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, joined by the Masters crew. Today I got the Doc with me. What's up, man? How's it going?
It's great. It's football season. I'm happy.
Beautiful day to be alive. Football season's cranking up. We're getting super busy here at the office. If you're looking for a place to play redraft or dynasty football, MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. We got them all. Auction leagues, best ball leagues. I run a draft 7 nights a week. Just want to pass that along. All right, guys, with that said, let's jump into today's episode. I was actually at home over the weekend doing a lot of trades, taking a look at a lot of my teams. And one guy in particular that I'm pretty invested in, he was one of my big sleepers last year, and I do think that panned out for most of you owners if you did listen or if you did draft this particular running back. But I was looking at some stats, and you know, I actually have one of my teams, man. It's a rebuilding team, so I'm like going through looking for guys that I think I can get sleepers, man, that are going to help me out on this dynasty team. And this particular running back, I don't think he has a sexy name. I think he's extremely undervalued. But on paper, I think he's an extreme case. Like, on paper, this guy should be much more valued. And I'm just going to start out with a few things about him that I think you tell me whether you like these things about a running back or not.
Ooh, okay.
One of the things is this guy just turned 24 years old.
Okay.
Which makes him less than 1 year older than Najee Harris.
Okay.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, I like that. Najee Harris, I mean, going second round in redraft leagues.
Yeah.
Probably second or third in all of your dynasty rookie drafts. Another thing about this guy, and you'll probably figure it out. Some of you guys at home will probably figure it out too. Drafted extremely early for a running back in the NFL draft, early second round. I don't want to give the exact number because then you might know him immediately.
Okay.
But I'll say within the first 10 picks of the second round, within the last few years, he was drafted. That's pretty high for a running back, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody, I'll give you an example this year. Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
2.1 or 2.2, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, it's about
Early
as high.
second
It's
round.
about as high as it gets for a running back. So there's two things, man. Just turned 24, drafted early second round. He's coming into his 4th season this year. Basically, his rookie year, he was redshirted, didn't play at all. I mean, I think it was like 20 carries, something like that. So I'm just going to scratch that off and call his sophomore season his rookie season. So as a rookie, 172 carries, 724 yards, 6 touchdowns, 31 catches, 309 yards. Not bad for a rookie running back.
I like what I'm hearing.
Yep. Followed up his rookie season with his sophomore season, came out, had 192 carries, 978 yards, 7 touchdowns, 28 catches, 165 yards, and a touchdown, which put him as a top 20 back last season.
Why can't I think of who it is?
I mean, that's pretty good for a running back.
Good.
I'll remind you, just turned 24 years old. Same age as Najee, was a top 20 running back last year in his sophomore season. Something else I really, really love about this guy, 2022 unrestricted free agent.
Oh, interesting.
So put all those numbers together, like everything I just said, he's under 24, top 20 running back,
Right.
an unrestricted free agent in 2022. I mean, that has all the intangibles on paper where this guy should be a highly desired running back in dynasty leagues. He's just not, man. And the guy I'm talking about, you don't have an idea at all?
I don't know.
And he was one of my big sleepers last year.
Who is it?
I was banging my drum for him all.
Why am I blanking on it?
Yeah, Ronald Jones, man.
That's right.
And I get it. You know, and it's funny because I was watching dynasty drafts. I was just in a dynasty draft. Ronald Jones, man, you could pick him up like in the 11th, 12th round in fresh dynasty drafts. And when you look at the numbers, when you look at everything he's done, it does not add up. And I did want to add this in, but I think that matters too. Like I said, he's an unrestricted free agent next year. He's also a guy who's now, and I know, you know, Lenny had a great Super Bowl, but he's now a guy who has a ring on his finger.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's played in a Tom Brady offense, and he's an unrestricted free agent next year. And I wrote down just a couple teams, like, imagine if Ronald Jones signed with Buffalo in the offseason.
Yeah.
Imagine if he signed in Arizona, if he signed in Houston.
Yeah.
I'll say San Francisco. I know it's kind of a mess back there, but, I mean, if Trey Sermon doesn't work out, I mean, their running back room could change really quickly. I mean, for me, I just think he's a guy that on paper should be being drafted in the 4th, 5th rounds minimum of dynasty drafts, and he's not. He's a really good value to me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great value. I mean, the perfect example is like I'm racking my brain and I couldn't even think of him. That should tell you right there how slept on he is. I mean, yeah, obviously Fournette had himself a good playoff run, but I mean, for the most part, Ronald Jones was the better running back for last season. And I don't know what happens this year, and I feel like that's probably what's hurt his stock a little bit because people are kind of unsure who's going to be the one. But I mean, I feel like they both produced decent enough that he should go earlier than where he's going.
Yeah, and something else I wrote down here too is he finished 19th, but most of the season, Leonard Fournette came on strong at the end. Most of the season, if you go sort it, like through week 12, week 13, he was like a top 12, top 13 back.
Right.
At one point last season, he was pushing for the yardage leader in the NFL too. And again, I also think that about Ronald Jones. For some reason, he's not like a super sexy pick, or guys just seem to disrespect him. But if you look at his resume, his age, his draft stock, the fact that he's an unrestricted free agent, all of that, man, says to me he's a super sleeper. I think in certain cases you could probably get him for a 2nd-round pick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe even as a toss-in on a trade.
Yeah, honestly, like that's a guy I feel like I'd want to go out and get because it seems like, yeah, he doesn't have a ton of mileage on him. And I feel like this is a guy, too, we've seen, and the stats kind of show it, but he's gotten better and better each year he's been in the NFL, adding more dimensions to his game. Like last year in particular, he bulked up a little bit more, but still had that home run speed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like people are still kind of sour on him just because of him not coming out and producing right away as a rookie.
Yeah.
And I feel like for whatever reason that just killed his value in people's eyes, and it's unfair. And I mean, realistically, it's not smart either because he's put up decent numbers and all those other points you made, the age, all that, unrestricted free agency coming for him. I mean, it's exciting because I feel like even if whether he comes back or goes, I mean, because Fournette could kind of leave too because I think he only signed a 1-year deal again with Tampa. So, I mean, there's a lot of intrigue there, but yeah, I expect Ronald Jones to way outperform his draft value, and I think, like you said, it's a great sleeper opportunity. Get him late.
And I'll just challenge you at home. If I'm wrong, man, give me another guy that has all these credentials on paper that you can get in the 10th, 11th round in a dynasty league. I don't think there's another running back like that in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely running backs getting drafted ahead of him that don't have those
that don't
kind of
meet that.
credentials.
Absolutely. All right, guys, just a little nugget I wanted to pass along. And like I said, pump the brakes on this season. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just looking 1 year ahead, man. This guy could be a lead back. I mean, perhaps in a great destination such as Buffalo. Who knows? If that were to happen, I mean, who knows, man? I'm trying to rack my brain, like, where would I take Ronald Jones if he was in Buffalo as the lead back going into a redraft next year?
Yeah.
It'd be pretty high, man. So that's all I got for this episode. As always, thanks so much for watching. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. Any last words, Doc?
No, I like that, though.